Welcome to CAM Look, your daily dose of the Cincinnati Art Museum. As you know, each weekday a member of the CAM family shares a work from our permanent collection and poses a few questions for discussion. We hope you'll check back each day at 10 a.m. for a new look and a new chat. Over the next several weeks, we'll be sharing highlights from our current special exhibition, Paintings, Politics, and the Monuments Men, the Berlin Masterpieces in America. Each week, on Thursday, we'll share a different aspect of the exhibition, on view now until October 3rd, 2021, in our Thomas R. Schiff Gallery and Balcony. Today, Emmy, our digital content manager, shares section 4 about Walter Farmer, and we'll be looking at an engraving of St. George by Orazio de Santis.
Born in northern Ohio, Walter Farmer earned a degree in architecture from Miami University in 1935 and went to work for the interior design firm A.B. Clausen Company in Cincinnati. In 1942, Farmer entered the U.S. Army Medical Corps before becoming an officer with the 373rd Engineers General Service Regiment. Posted first in England, he was sent to Normandy to aid in rebuilding after D-Day. In July 1945, Farmer joined the Monuments Men and was put in charge of the central collecting point in Wiesbaden, Germany, which housed thousands of artworks recovered at the end of the war. From that post, Farmer protested the transfer of the, quote, Berlin 202, end quote, by assembling his colleagues to draft the Wiesbaden Manifesto. After his military service, Farmer moved to Houston, where he married Renate Hobrick, a German citizen who had worked with him in Wiesbaden as an interpreter and secretary. In 1948, Farmer co-founded Houston's Contemporary Arts Museum. Returning to Cincinnati in 1952, Farmer began a long career as an interior decorator and owner of Greenwich House Interiors. He lectured on design and decorative arts at the Cincinnati Art Museum, to which he donated artworks throughout his life. In 1978, he co-founded and was a major donor to the Miami University Art Museum. In the 1990s, with the resurgence of interest in the fate of art during and after World War II, Farmer was increasingly recognized for his service as a monuments man. He was awarded Germany's Federal Cross of Merit in 1996. This engraving of St. George was made around 1570 by the Italian printmaker Orazio de Santis, who was active between 1568 and 1584, after a design by Pompeo Cesura called Acciano, who died in 1571. It was given to the Cincinnati Art Museum by Mr. and Mrs. Walter I. Farmer, and its accession number is 1952.339. This print presents a dramatic scene in black and white of the mounted St. George slaying the dragon to save the princess. In this very compressed composition, the action plays out from upper left to lower right on a rocky hillside topped with dead trees whose roots barely cling to the ground. The horse rears as its mount, who wears form-fitting armor, a crested helmet, and cape that billows out behind him, thrusts a long spear into the mouth of a muscular dragon that climbs the rocks with 4 taloned feet. A ridge of scales follows the dragon's spine all the way down to the tip of its thrashing tail. Beside the dragon, a woman flees, arms upstretched. Her back is to the viewer, and she looks back at the grisly event. She is dressed in a voluminous flowing garment that has fallen from her upper torso and billows in front of her, amplifying the sense of movement. In the lower right corner are skeletal remains, presumably of the dragon's past victims. This engraving is one of 22 prints that Walter and Renate Hobrick Farmer presented to the Cincinnati Art Museum in 1952. Engraved by Orazio de Santis after a design by Pompeo Cesura, it depicts the legend of St. George and the dragon. Charging forward on horseback, The warrior saint prepares to spear the dragon with his lance, freeing the captured princess at right. Strong contrasts between light and dark and the dynamic poses of the figures heighten the drama of the print.